Gina for doing our intentional candle lighting. Gina?
Thank you. So this morning, my intent for the candle is for anyone going through challenges, whether they be health, mental, emotional, physical, and also for those who are helping take care of those during those challenges. That's what I like the light for today.
Thank you, Gina. So this is a time for a little prayer. If you'd like to close your eyes or just get quiet and just take a few minutes to settle in. Take a breath. I know that all is good right here, right now, and all the time. No matter what the circumstance is, no matter what each one of us is going through or rising to, whatever that is, it is the life of Spirit living through us so perfectly, even when we can't see it or it seems different than it should be. It's always perfect and right. Each one of us is part of the whole. The whole part is the one. The part and the one are the same. So when we come together in love, in community, in helping one another, in sharing our joy and our sorrow, whatever it is still God. It is still life. It is still love, always love. And I am so grateful to experience this love in my life as wonderful people, as community, as sharing, and even as challenges, for I know I just grow and I am asked to move up to my best self, as we all are, for we are the ones living this life and sharing this world. And all that we share together brings us together in more love, in more spirit, in more joy. And I feel so blessed in this community to be able to do all these things with Spirit and with you. And I bless each one of you with this love, with this knowing, and with this great heart of Spirit to guide you on your way. And so it is. Amen. So I would also like to welcome any newcomers we may have today. Does anybody want to let us know that you're here for the first time? Anybody? Hi. Okay, so you will get one of these lovely welcome packets that if you keep your hand up, someone will come around and give you a packet. And I also want to invite you to go into the community room after service, and there's a table with sunflowers on it, and that's your table if you choose to sit there, and then if you have your name tag on, we can come over and say hello and welcome you personally and get to know you a little bit. That would be wonderful. And next we have the announcements, and Gina's going to come back for that. Gina, thank you.
Thank you. So good morning again. And good morning to all the live streamers. As you've probably noticed, if you're here in person, things are looking a little different. We have several people that have caught COVID, and Laura and John are one of them. They were both in different parts of the state. At any rate, it's just a reminder to us that it's still out there. And to be conscious of that. If you're not feeling well, we've got live stream, so please stay home, take care of yourself, and you can watch us on live stream. The other thing is to remember washing our hands is a really good way to help with that, and wipe down the surfaces, because I hear this strain is a little tough on sticking around. So just keep that in mind. And our healing hugs and love go to all of those who are having a health challenge right now. So, having said all of that, for those of you who are here, if you could put your phone in silent mode or turn it off, that would be very, very helpful for the service. We have a team that fills in, but we're thrown a little bit too, and so it'd be nice not to have the phones go off. The June bulletin has been posted, and now is the time to check it out, because July is going to be posted next week, and it's hard to believe July's already almost here. And then we have prayer requests. As most of you know, if you have a prayer request, you can fill out a prayer request, put it in the foyer in the prayer box. You could put it in the offering bag. And if you're at home or out and about, you can give Julia a call at the number on the screen. And then today, after the service, is the last day to get your raffle tickets for the 3 different baskets that YFM is raffling off. And in this process, you're helping to support our youth, which is really important to us. So please visit them in the foyer, or the fellowship hall. No, foyer. It's one of those F words. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Tuesday, we've got our Behind the Lens film with A Place in the Sun. And who doesn't love Elizabeth Taylor and Shelley Winters? I mean, come on. And Tom Blank will be here, and he'll do a Q&A session after that. And then on Saturday, as promised, the Circle of Men, A Journey of the Heart, is upstairs Fillmore Wing, and that is led by Jim Drews. Next Sunday, we've got representatives from our shared leadership team coming, and we're actually going to do the entire service, and we're going to talk about growing community through shared leadership. So, behind the scenes on a day like today, when we're all thrown a little bit, this is shared leadership in action. So, and it's lovely that we have that here. Okay, upcoming in July, we'll start serving salads next month. So please be sure to sign up to bring a salad. We need 2 people a week. So even if you signed up for just one time during the summer, that would be a huge help. Let's see. Monday, July 1st, we've got that new group starting, Caring from the Heart, an LGBTQIA support group. And they're going to meet on the 1st and 3rd Monday of each month from 5:30 to 7. And please come and join them. It's 18 and older. And come and support this group. They're just getting off their feet, and we love it. And we thank them for this offering. Wednesday, we've got chanting and meditation with John West and Stephen Parsons. So please come. It's an hour where you can just dive in a little bit deeper into meditation, do some chanting, meditating, chanting. It's just a nice place to be spiritually fed in the middle of the week. And then Thursday, we've got YFM Splash Day at Amazon Pool, and YFM is going to pay for the youth. The adults, you have to pay for yourself. We do require that one adult or guardian be with their child or children, and it does require a sign-in, and you can do that in the garden room and just visit Alice after the service to sign up. And then lastly, we have our youth puppet camp coming the 22nd through the 26th. It's for kids 8 to 15 years old. And then on the Friday of that camp, they're going to do a little show. And that would be really fun for many of us to come and show up to. So, all right. Blessings to all of you.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world.
I'd like to introduce a special guest who actually needs no introduction because most of you already know her. She was a minister, associate minister here with us for many years and has sadly moved away. Nola Woodbury.
Oh, well, good morning. It's so wonderful to share this morning with all of you. I really feel like I've come home. Well, this is a special place, and we are all special people. So let us prepare to meditate shortly with each other. First, attending to your posture. Put your feet flat on the floor so that you are grounded on the earth. And straighten your back so that the energy can flow freely through your body. maybe placing your hands intentionally in your lap. And if you're comfortable doing so, close your eyes. That brings your attention more inward. And take a moment to fully arrive here. Letting go of anything that you do not need in this moment. And I invite you to take 2 deep breaths with me into your belly and your chest. Just inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. And now staying with your breath, with a slow, even breath, allow yourself to quiet, quieting the body, relaxing, quieting the mind, letting go of anything that you do not need in this moment. And now bring to mind the thought of God, however God is real to you. That presence that creates and supports all of life. Let us open to that presence. And let us affirm silently, I am one with peace. I am one with love. I am one with life. I am one with God. We are one with peace. We are one with love. We are one with life. We are one with God. Let us hold these truths in our hearts as we sit quietly with our breath and the affirmation, we are one with God. May we honor the divine heart within all people. May we honor the divine heart within all people. May we bring our energy together as a transforming fire of divine love. May that love illuminate the way forward, the way of awakening, and the way of healing for ourselves, for our community, and for our world. And so it shall be. Amen.
I could wear a rainbow in the month of June, look out my room window, dream about the good I wanna do. I could write a love song praising everybody's worth, dream beside a waterfall, prove I care about the earth. To show I know what love means. What love needs is my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up, knowing what's mine to do. What love needs are hands and feet. What love needs is me. I could circle holy places, visit when I can, pin a ribbon on my overcoat, raise another flag. I could cheer the loudest for someone else's work, tell the youth to go forward and heal the world of hurt, to show my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up, knowing what's mine to do. What love needs are hands and feet. What love needs is me. What love needs is my voice speaking from my truth. What love needs is showing up for what's mine to do. What love needs is you. What love needs, what love needs.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you for that wonderful music. And doesn't Spirit have a great sense of humor? Here my topic is community, and look at the opportunity I've been provided to demonstrate just what that means this morning. It really took a village to put this together and to be flexible, because things were very different this morning, and it took a lot of phone calls and text messages to figure out who's going to do what and in which order, etc., etc. In fact, Laura is playing the piano at her house, and our magician in the sound booth, Ryan, is able to live stream that music for us. Wow. I'm amazed what technology can do. So in case you've ever noticed my car, I have a license plate that says Synergy, S-Y-N-R-G-Y. Obviously, I love that word. And I've had people drive right up behind me trying to figure out, what the heck does it say? Once a car pulled up next to me holding a sign, what does it mean? The simple answer is, the total is larger than the sum of the parts, but the implications are enormous. And for me, that word has many facets and incorporates a number of qualities and has a spiritual, almost mystical aspect. I've had the good fortune to experience several intentional communities. In 2010, I was in Israel and lived in a kibbutz for several days. There I had the opportunity to observe just how does such a community operate. I've stayed at Brighton Bush Hot Springs for retreats and talked to the permanent staff to learn about their community. Unfortunately, the wildfires destroyed much of that beautiful spot. I've gone on several retreats at Blue Mountain Center for Meditation, just outside Petaluma, California, in a little town called Tamales. The center was founded by Eknath Eswaran and a group of his students. He was a Fulbright professor from India at UC Berkeley who taught meditation in the early 60s, among other subjects. Although Eswaran is no longer with us, his teachings are as relevant as ever today, and the small community continues to thrive. It is the basis of this meditation group that meets right here on Thursdays at 5:30 upstairs in the Fillmore wing. And it's led by Lori Craycraft, so feel free to participate. So what do all these places have in common, and what can we learn from them to lead more peaceful and meaningful lives? In today's handout, I listed several characteristics that these communities have in common. So let's explore them and see how they apply to our spiritual community right here and to the larger community. It has to start right here with us. We cannot expect this to happen in the macrocosm if it's not happening in the microcosm right here first, and then ripples out from there. In his book, The Different Drum, Community Making and Peace, M. Scott Peck addressed the issue. He calls it a spiritual journey toward self-acceptance, true belonging, and new hope for the world. He states, in and through community lies the salvation of the world. He talks about the healing power of genuine community and says, we cannot save our skins without saving our souls. We cannot heal the mess we've made of the world without undergoing. Of Israel said, if you want peace in the world, don't talk to your friends, go talk to your enemies. United we stand, divided we fall. The book starts out with a mystic story called The Rabbi's Gift. The story concerns a monastery that had fallen up in hard times. Once a great order, as a result of waves of anti-monastic persecution in the 17th and 18th centuries, and the rise of secularism in the 19th, all its branch houses were closed. And it had become decimated, and to the extent that there were only 5 elderly monks left in the decaying mother house, the abbot, and 4 others, all over 70. Clearly, it was a dying order. So in the deep woods surrounding this monastery, there was a little hut that a rabbi from a nearby town occasionally used for hermitage. Through the many years of prayer and contemplation, the old monks had become a bit psychic. So they could always sense when the rabbi was in his hut. The rabbi's in the woods. Rabbi's in the woods again, they would whisper to each other. As he agonized over the imminent death of his order, it occurred to the abbot at one time to visit the hermitage and to ask the rabbi if by some chance he could offer some hope that would save the monastery. The rabbi welcomed the abbot at his hut, but when the abbot explained the purpose of his visit, the rabbi could only commiserate with him. "I know how it is," he exclaimed. "The spirit has gone out of the people. It's the same in my town. Almost no one comes to the synagogue anymore." So the old abbot and the rabbi wept together, and they read the Torah together. When it was time for the abbot to leave, they embraced each other. "It's been wonderful to meet you after all these years," said the abbot, "but I still failed in my purpose for coming here. Is there nothing you can tell me? No piece of advice that would save my dying order?" "No, I'm sorry," the rabbi responded. "I have no advice to give. The only thing I can tell you is that the Messiah is one of you." When the abbot returned to the monastery, his fellow monks gathered around him and asked, "Well, what did the rabbi say?" The abbot answered, "He couldn't help. The only thing he said was that the Messiah was one of us. I don't know what he meant." In the days, weeks, and months that followed, the old monks pondered this and wondered whether there was any possible significance to the rabbi's words. "The Messiah is one of us? Okay. Which one?" Perhaps he meant the abbot. "Certainly Brother Thomas is a holy man." "Certainly it could not have meant Brother Eldred, who gets crotchety at times, although he's virtually always right. But not Brother Philip, he is so passive, a real nobody. But then he magically appears whenever you need him." Of course, the rabbi didn't mean me. "Couldn't be me. I'm just an ordinary person. Suppose I am the Messiah? Oh God, not me. Couldn't be that. I couldn't mean that much for you, could I?" As they contemplated in this manner, the old monks began to treat each other with extraordinary respect, and of the chance that one of them might be the Messiah. And on the off chance that each monk himself might be the Messiah, they began to treat themselves with extraordinary respect. Because the forest was situated in this beautiful area, it so happened that people still occasionally came to visit the monastery to picnic on the tiny lawn, wander around some of its paths, and then go to the dilapidated chapel to meditate. They sensed the aura of extraordinary respect that had begun to surround the 5 old monks. It seemed to radiate from them and permeate the atmosphere of the place. There was something strangely attractive about it. Hardly knowing why, they began to come back to the monastery more frequently to picnic, pray, and play. They began to bring their friends, who brought their friends. It happened that some of the younger men who came to visit the monastery started to talk with the old monks, and after a while one asked if he could join them, then another, and another. So within a few years, the monastery had once again become a thriving order, and thanks to the rabbi's gift, a vibrant center of light and spirituality in the realm. So this story demonstrates beautifully the power of community and how to improve our lives and to heal. We read a lot these days about people feeling isolated, especially as we get older, and many of us live alone. The pandemic brought into sharp focus of how isolation impacts our physical, mental, and emotional health. Living in community, feeling connected, supported, and included brings a profound sense of belonging and well-being. Another aspect of community is collaboration and cooperation, as we saw this morning. To do what one person alone cannot do, or a task that is more easily accomplished by a group. It also means we're willing to share ideas and resources. It calls for patience and good communication, where we speak our truth in love and with respect. Out of that grows self-respect, as the story showed. In shared leadership, which we practice here, we operate with accountability and responsibility. That also calls for honesty, authenticity, transparency. It fosters a healthy interdependence as we depend on each other to bring out the best and bring it to the table. Not totally independent, not totally dependent, but each one contributing their own unique talents for the best possible outcome. I want to show you a video that was made in Albania, but we don't have to know what is being said because the actions speak louder than words. It's about forgiveness and compassion and deeply caring and willing to be vulnerable, all necessary ingredients for community. Can we have the video, please? Leave it to Ryan the magician.
Këtu. Me vones? Pse me vones? Zire dorën. Këtu. Shkon vend. Edhe mos e përsërit më. Qetësi. Hyr! Prap me vones. Shkon vend. Hyr!
Tissue boxes are over there. Every time I see this video, I still get choked up. I just can't help it. It is so poignant and such a beautiful demonstration of what it means to be in a caring community, to be willing to be vulnerable, about forgiveness, about caring deeply. And the translation of the last words that were that flashed on the screen was, thank you, John, by the way, for finding this. He did a good job of sleuthing it out. Don't prejudge anyone. You do not know their troubles. So we can also take some lessons from animals. Have you ever watched a flock of geese in flight? Let me tell you some facts about that as they fly in formation. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates an uplift or draft for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock adds 71% greater range than if each bird flew alone. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and resistance of flying alone. It quickly moves back into formation to take advantage of the lifting power that the other birds provide. When the lead goose tires, it rotates back into formation and another goose flies into this point position. The geese flying in formation honk to encourage those up front to keep up their speed. When a goose gets sick, wounded, or shot down, two geese drop out of formation to follow it down, to help and protect it. They stay until it dies or can fly again. Then they launch out with another formation to catch up with the flock. There's a lot we can learn about that. And to know that, the animals have figured it out. Got beehives or ant colonies. They all know how to do this and how to get along so they can survive and really make the best of being in community. Unity puts out this lovely booklet, among many others, by the way, Creating Community as We Age. And that includes me. Let's see, where was I? Creating Community as We Age. So here are a few quotes from that booklet. Church as a community works because we can feel safe, expressing our deepest fears, our deepest desires, and our longing for acceptance and love. However, writes A.A. Milne in Winnie the Pooh, you can't stay in your corner of the forest waiting for others to come to you. You have to come to them sometimes. So I encourage the shy ones among you to reach out. It's a safe place. I can relate because I'm basically an introvert. We have created a family here, a family of the heart. You are my family, my chosen family. So I've touched on a number of different aspects that are characteristic of healthy communities, and they apply to us here at Unity of the Valley. That all happens here on Sunday and during the week, in person and in Zoom, and it's all community. Now, we have different ministries within Unity, and some aspects are more specific to certain groups. For instance, the board of directors, the people in the back who serve us our lovely snacks, or the music team and their rehearsals, or the ministers, what we plan for Sunday mornings. But most of those aspects apply across the board of all the community activities here. And all of them, for me, are implied in the word synergy. God's richest blessings, and speaking of rich blessings, here is Dick to lead us in our offering affirmation. Welcome, Dick.
can sometimes hear people say, is he going to make it? I wouldn't try to negotiate the steps if I didn't feel a little bit secure in doing so. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to be here with all of you. We've increased in numbers since the service began. How wonderful. I don't know what it was. Oh, there she is. I don't know what it was that Inga said in particular, so much as the radiance that I felt from her as she spoke. That frequency that goes out from our hearts and touches us is probably more prominent than the words that we use. It's a state of consciousness. So let's take this moment now as we prepare for our offering today. We're all quite familiar with the words, and thank goodness they're up there on the board there for us to read. Take a moment before you speak and go to your heart. Focus on your heart for just a moment. Let the words speak to you and from you to the world. Together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. Yeah. Amen. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Let us take a moment to bless our offering now. Turning within, giving thanks. it isn't so much how much we give, so much as where we give from. You come from a place of prosperity, of love and peace. What more could we possibly give? And we give thanks and we bless that which is a token of our giving. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to ask that our chaplains please stand so people can see you. There's 1, 2, 3. Anyone else want to be a chaplain? I want you to see them because sometimes we're a little bit reluctant to go up to a chaplain. They are safe. And they're wonderful just to talk with. And they're there for you just like you're there for them. It's a mutual exchange that happens. So I want to give thanks that we even have chaplains here. You all are so heart people, giving. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I have one more thing. I have a little prosperity thing I want to talk to you about. No, I want to share with you. A number of years ago, I was still an active minister at the time, and I was having a really difficult getting the prosperity idea into my own mind, or should we say, out of my own heart. And I was at a retreat. I was the only one where I was, and I was down in the basement of one of the buildings that we stayed in. And I could just feel one more time, will I ever get it? You know, I teach it, but I wasn't getting it. And I said, I was in the basement. And there wasn't a light down there, except where I came down the steps. And I found myself praying. And I said, God, help me. I don't know the way, and I need help. I said, is there anything that I can do beyond what I'm doing? And an affirmation came to me at that point. And the affirmation was simply this: I am abundantly blessed. Don't question the words. Don't question the thought. Speak the words and speak it from your heart. And say it often until you get it. I am abundantly blessed. So I share that with you. Maybe it'll find a place in your heart too. God bless you.
Please stand if you're able for our closing song.
Okay. Where does it go? Sorry.
Anytime you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other One power protects us. One presence holds us. Forever and ever, forever and ever, wherever we are, God is.
That works. I got it through. Woo! Good job, guys.